Okay, let's jump right into this explainer and do a quick diagnostic checkup on your business's absolute most important round-the-clock employee. I'm talking, of course, about your website. Today, we're breaking down some incredible insights from digital strategist Mero Giovanni, specifically focusing on his piece, 5 Signs Your Website is Costing You Customers. So if your business relies on local leads and you've been kind of wondering why the phone just isn't ringing quite as much as it used to, well, you are definitely in the right place. Right off the bat, I want you to be completely honest with me and answer this question. When was the absolute last time you logged in, tweaked the copy, updated a photo, or just completely overhauled your site's design? I'm asking because consumer expectations have evolved dramatically over the last few years. And look, while you've been totally swamped running your day-to-day operations, your competitors, yeah, they've highly likely upgraded their digital storefronts.
Think of it this way. Your website works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the very first thing most potential customers interact with before they ever decide to call you or visit your brick-and-mortar store, or, if they aren't impressed, just move directly onto your competitor. And here is the hard truth we all have to face. What worked back in 2020 simply does not work today. Google's standards have shifted, and honestly, user patience has absolutely plummeted. So we're skipping the traditional agenda today to get straight to the good stuff. We're counting down the 5 hidden ways your digital neglect is actively losing you revenue.
All right, sign number 1, the 3-second rule. Basically, if it takes more than 3 seconds to load, you've got a problem. Let's actually do a quick physical test together. Pull out your phone right now, type in your website's URL, and count to 3. 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. Is it still loading? If it is, you need to hear this. Google's own research shows that a massive 53% of mobile visitors will completely abandon your site if it hasn't loaded in those 3 seconds. Think about that for a second. More than half of the people who actually found you, who were ready to potentially hire you, just gave up and walked away before your page even appeared on their screen. Literally every single second of delay is costing you cold, hard cash. So what's coming up the works? If your page is stalling, these are the usual suspects. We're talking about massive, oversized images that haven't been compressed, or a back-end just completely bogged down by too many overlapping plugins. Maybe it's cheap hosting servers that just can't handle the traffic, or some really outdated, clunky code. Giovanni points out that a modern, properly built website should actually load in under 2 seconds. A really great way to check this yourself is to run your URL through Google's PageSpeed Insights. If your mobile score comes back below a 50, your site absolutely needs immediate intervention. No excuses. Moving right along to sign number 2, the mobile mess, meaning it just does not look right on a phone. Get this. The crucial point here is that more than 60% of all web traffic globally now comes from mobile devices. 60%. And, if you're a local business, that number is likely even higher. Just think about how consumers behave today. People searching for a restaurant near me or a locksmith in Burbank aren't sitting down at a big desktop computer. They're standing on the sidewalk or sitting in their parked car, tapping away on their smartphones. And this brings us to a super critical technical concept, mobile-first indexing. Essentially, Google primarily uses the mobile version of your site to determine exactly where you rank in their search results. So this isn't just about making your site look pretty anymore. It is literally about functionality and survival. If visitors have to pinch and zoom just to read your text, or if your buttons are way too small to tap with a thumb, you aren't just annoying the user. Google actually penalizes you under this mobile-first rule, guaranteeing you will rank lower, period. Bottom line, if your mobile site is a mess, your business is effectively invisible to the algorithm. Which naturally leads us to sign number 3, invisible to local search. You can't even find yourself on Google. Now we're shifting from technical hardware to pure strategy. Try searching for your specific service plus your city on Google right now. For example, type in HVAC repair Northridge or landscaping Sherman Oaks. Are you on the first page? If you aren't, it's highly likely because of one of these structural errors. You might be missing crucial meta tags that explicitly tell Google what you do. You might not even have a connected Google business profile. Your site might suffer from what they call thin content that fails to mention the actual geographic areas you serve. Or it could just be a messy site structure that Google's automated crawlers simply cannot read properly. And look, if they can't read it, they can't rank it, and your local customers will literally never find you. Okay, sign number 4 is what I call the dead end. Basically, your website has no clear call to action. This is a massive mindset shift for a lot of people. because it fundamentally reframes the whole purpose of your site. Let's say a visitor actually finds you, right? And miraculously your site loads fast. Ask yourself, what exactly are they supposed to do next? If your homepage is just a giant wall of text about your company's history with no prominent call now button or get a free quote form, you have a passive digital brochure. But what you actually need is an active sales tool. Every single page on your site should intentionally guide a visitor toward one specific measurable action, whether that's calling your office, filling out a contact form, or booking an appointment directly. Come on, guys, don't make them guess how to give you their money.
And finally, sign number 5, the time capsule. Your content is just outdated or super generic. Look, if your site still genuinely says, "Welcome to our website" in some generic font, or the copyright at the very bottom hasn't been touched since 2022, visitors notice that immediately. And worse, they often assume you might be completely out of business. To prove you are an active, trustworthy, and knowledgeable local expert, you must meet a modern content checklist. You need to clearly explain exactly what you do. You need to explicitly list the specific areas you serve, like Encino, Glendale, or Thousand Oaks. You've got to have current pricing and service lists. And, perhaps most importantly, you need real, authentic photos of your actual work, your trucks, and your team. Please, no more generic stock photos of random people shaking hands in suits. Finally, keeping an active blog or news section really demonstrates ongoing industry expertise and keeps your site fresh for Google's crawlers. All right, take a deep breath. Let's talk about the cure and exactly how to fix it. If you've been listening to these 5 signs and realizing, oh wow, my site is showing 2, 3, or maybe all of these symptoms, do not panic. This is absolutely not a terminal diagnosis. Getting a modern, incredibly fast mobile-first website does not require months of agonizing, drawn-out work. According to the source material, with the right strategic approach, you can actually go live in just 2 to 3 weeks. It's true. Week 1 focuses entirely on strategy and planning out that vital local SEO. Week 2 is the heavy lifting of developing a strictly mobile-first design. And by week 3, you are ready to launch a fast, modern site that Google absolutely loves and customers can actually use. So I want to wrap up this explainer with one final thought for you to really chew on. Is your website currently converting the visitors you already have? Or is it slow speed, clunky mobile design, and outdated information actively sending them straight into the arms of your competitors? Investing in an updated, modern site quickly pays for itself simply by capturing those hidden, lost leads that were previously bouncing right off your page. The only real question left for you today is, how much longer can you afford to let a broken, outdated website represent your hard-earned business? Take a hard look at your site today, apply these 5 tests, and see exactly where you stand. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.